Hi guys, so today what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to run through one of the songs that I think isn't going to make my debut album, and I'll just do a quick video just to kind of run through kind of the reasons why I don't think that it's going to work. So let's see if I could find it. Right, okay. So I am going to choose. Let me see if I could find it. I definitely know I had it. Okay, Troubled Intentions. Right, okay, here it is. Right, so this was a song that I wrote when I was in a band. I was around 20 when I wrote it. At that time I was in a band where it was a 3-piece, but it was a 4-piece, but musically it was just me doing all the guitar parts. I was writing the bass lines from a bassist, and then I just had my pal who was a drummer, and he was just kind of doing the best he could. So I really loved this song, and I loved to play it live. I loved the bass line, and I loved the little guitar riff, because I thought it was like a guitar supremo at the time. So I'll let you guys hear bits and bobs. This was just like an old demo that I had of it laying about, because I'm not going to spend time on it if I don't feel it's going to work. At gigs and stuff, it didn't really get that much attention. I loved it, the band loved playing it, but I think as a song, people just didn't get it. Lyrically, it wasn't really about anything. It was just kind of like a song that I liked the riff to, and we kept on playing it. So I did this demo, what we're talking about, maybe around 5 years ago, maybe. It was around about when my daughter was born. So Madsen's coming up for 6, so let me six, or yeah, must be 6-7 years ago, easy 6-7 years ago. So I'll let you guys hear it, and I'll kind of explain like what I like about it, but why I think it's not going to work for me. Don't let it fall down, don't let it fall Right, so that was Troubled Intentions. And for years, I thought it was always going to be like I was going to carry that on from my band stuff, and that was going to be on my solo album. I just don't think it works. I still love the riff. I love the bass line. It was one of those things where I wrote the riff first, and then when I did the bass line to it, I just loved the two of them together, and that's why we used to love to play it live. But lyrically, it's not about anything. It doesn't really have any lyrical content that's going to get people like intrigued. It's not a rock song, but it's too soft to be a rock song, and it's too much of a band song to be like on a solo album, I think. And it just kind of sits in the middle, and it's not really got like I've not got a place for it. I mean, it could probably be a B-side, possibly. I mean, if I was to re-record it, I mean, at that point, I mean, I was at uni at the time, and I was nowhere near being a mix engineer. That's a rough demo. That was me trying to like find my feet as a mixing engineer. I would make the drums a lot more saturated and make them stand out more. You could hear the auto tune on the vocals because I was nowhere near a good enough singer. I'm still not that much of a good singer, but I'm better than what I was at the time. The bass sticks out too much, and I could never ever find the guitar sounds too thin. But I think the song was too busy. As much as I love the bass line and the guitar, the melody it's just a little bit too much, I think, and I think it's too much. I mean, it's 3 minutes, so it would be an easy song to get somebody to listen to, but I just think that for a solo songwriter, I need to have songs that have lyrical content in it that people could actually believe in and sit there and go, no, what, that really moved me, or no, what, I actually know what he was writing about there. Actually, I took those lyrics and took that into something that I went through a couple of years ago, or I'm going through that right now. I mean, at that point, it was just I liked the music, and I just was like, right, I've got the melody, and I'll just write a song about nothing. It's like he was a good boy, he just couldn't change the naivety of his ways. It was just rhyming, and it's just amazing when you think back at the time when I was in a band. People were like, yeah, this is going to be like our third single. I was like, yeah, this is going to be the one. And then you go back years later and you stick it out to the world. And again, the reason this is called Digital Sim Mixdown was when I did my uni dissertation. I did my dissertation was based on the whole notion of, which has actually happened now, is the digital revolution going to take over from the analog world? So are people, like what I'm doing just now, going to be able to take all the technology from today and turn it into something that would only have been created in a recording studio like Rack or Abbey Roads like 10-15 years ago? And obviously with all the plugins available now, all the technology that's out, the quality of the preamps and stuff, it's possible, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. But unfortunately, I think that song just wasn't good enough, and I'm going to give you guys insight into my thinking towards the album, what songs I think aren't going to work, what songs I think are going to work, but I'd also like your guys' feedback as well. There might be songs that I think that's going to be a really, really good song, and unfortunately it's just maybe not had the right people listening to it, and you guys come back to me and go, that should be on your album, that's a great song. But no, what I think you might do, maybe change the lyrics, maybe change this, maybe add this guitar part, maybe change the drums about, maybe change the melody, and then that way we can maybe take the bare bones of something and take that potential and turn it into something else. But for just now, I think Troubled Intentions isn't good enough for my first album, and I'm going to do this maybe once a week and just pick one of my demos that I was thinking about for the debut album and give you guys the ideas why I don't think it's going to work, and just in case, I would be really surprised if you guys thought that this was good enough. to be like on a debut album, or to be something to be released on Spotify and people would download it and stream it or possibly buy it. But this is what I'm doing this all for. So this is the first video of this series. That song was called Troubled Intentions, and there's lots more songs that I've got to show you guys, and I'll always give you guys the reasons as to why I think it's not good enough. But for today, we'll keep it at that. That was Troubled Intentions, and keep posted. I'll keep you guys posted. Again, follow me on Instagram, 30Kens, and also like and subscribe on this channel, because the more guys I have subscribing, guys and ladies I should say, the more people I have subscribing to the channel, the more people I have following the journey. So when I do release my first single and then subsequent singles after that, I'll have a big audience getting ready for me releasing my debut album. So thanks again for listening, guys, and I'll keep you posted.